Hello. All right. Our next talk is slightly different from what's on the agenda as it changed last night. It's going to cover how vibecoding works for consensus critical code and what happens when you let AI ship a hard fork. And please join me in welcoming Dapplion to the stage.
Hello, I am Dapplion, core dev at Lighthouse. And yeah, I joined the talk last minute because AI is going crazy, and we're running a super cool experiment that I think was fit to show here. So I'm officially presenting Vibehouse, which is a new consensus client fork from Lighthouse and fully written by AI after the previous fork. So Lighthouse is completely agentic generated from the previous tables version, which is 8.0. It's now very simple. Just have a simple Ralph loop trying to implement the fork, pass spec tests, run devnets, and it's also open to contributions. If you open an issue or a PR, it will do its best to consider and implement it. And we don't have a roadmap. We have a vibe map. So its AI, the development speed has been insanely fast, and it's been able to successfully implement GLOAS in a matter of a day or two, and also interop with another Vibecoded client. So Vibehouse, as of today, it's GLOAS ready. It passes all the spec tests. It passes kurtosis. And as of today, it's already doing some Vibe quests. Like, it's implementing a feature that was requested by the community, super interesting, which is incorporating ZK execution proofs to make clients stateless. And it's doing this on the background as we speak. So this is the fun part. Doing Vibehouse has been super fun to run this gambling machine and see what happens. And so far, it's been massively successful. But for real, what the fuck is this going on? Why are we doing this? So in Lighthouse case, our bottleneck are reviews. We have these one or two very, very senior engineers that need to review everything, and that's what's limiting our bandwidth. As you know, Ethereum development speed is quite slow. We are shipping about one fork every year, and we believe we can do better. Even inside of Lighthouse, we feel some frustration by the development speed. And we are really optimistic on how AI can improve this development speed. Like, now we have even a collaboration with the testing team to see how we can speed up development. So what Vibehouse is giving us is we have a commitment in Sigma Prime and Lighthouse to always ship the secure code, because Lighthouse has never had a bug in production in all its lifetime since Genesis, and we will keep doing that. There is always a human in the loop. So Vibehouse is this parallel playground of just go crazy, just do whatever you want with AI, and then we want to see where this thing breaks. That's going to give us a hint where we need to increase testing efforts and where AI fails so we can improve that. Also, something I'm personally very excited about is to break this gatekept model that we have with clients. Like, the process to improve Ethereum, it's very slow. You need to do an EIP, get consensus, then the clients will consider, and then they will implement it. This can take weeks, months, and even something simpler like adding a new API call to the clients takes a long time. What would it look if you are a no-runner, you need something, you just go to the client, you open an issue, and it gets implemented in minutes? How fucking awesome can that be? And I think we can get that with like proper agentic development. So I think that this can, like, I don't know, create a new golden era of relationship between node runners and clients. And then all of these lessons, we can pour them back to Lighthouse safely and improve our processes. So what consensus clients have that's really good for them is we have an extremely robust spec along with spec tests that have an insane amount of coverage. And this is the guiding candle, the guiding carrot for these agents to successfully implement these experiments. We also have an amazing amount of tooling, kurtosis, and other ways to run devnets that make the process seamless. So this is what these agents has been leveraging, and they have succeeded. And now even the testing team is incorporating AI to do even more tooling that's even more extensive, doing even more spec tests. So, and here is where we can see this escape velocity where agents can improve exponentially. So in Lighthouse today, our adoption of AI is, I would say, rather small. Most of the code that we have is written by hand. There are maybe like 2 or 3 teammates that are using Claude as an assistant to write a little bit of code. But we can go much farther. What we are doing now is we're starting to use AI to write tests, to increase testing, and especially to test these features with devnets. AI is massively, massively useful, and I'll show you now. So the vision with this is, what if instead of shipping 1 fork a year, we could ship 3, we could ship 4? What if the testing cycle, instead of taking 1 devnet every 2 weeks, could be a matter of days or even hours? I think we can get that. If we somehow can increase testing coverage and even like the speed that we can fix bugs, we can get there. OK, I'm missing some slides, so I'll just talk over this about what we're going to see. So I was going to show a practical example of how this testing loop can improve. So when we developed Ethereum, how it works is someone writes us a spec, we produce spec tests, then someone implements a spec, and then we schedule a devnet, which could happen maybe a week or 2 weeks later. Then we run the devnet, then the devnet falls, then the Barnabas or Pari or someone from the EF goes to Discord and be like, yo, Dapplion, we have a bug. Can you please fix it? But I'm asleep. So I wake up 24 hours later or so. I fix the bug, push a branch, then they run the devnet again, but they need someone from Geth to fix it, which maybe they don't wake up in 12 hours, and then they fix the bug, and then we schedule the devnet for like 1 week later. So the devnet cycle is quite slow, and it's also tied to the calls that we need to coordinate all of this if we need some synchronicity. But with agents, I'm not developing the code. My agent can do it. And what we're doing in Lighthouse is that we are committing all the instructions, all the tests, all the files that we can, so that anyone can write code, not only us. So now, when the testing team runs a devnet and they find a bug, they don't need to wait for us to fix it. They can just fix it themselves. And they can open a PR to Lighthouse with the fix. They can test it, and they can even merge it in a fork. So really, the speed of development now would be they implement the spec, an agent writes the spec, they run the devnet. If there is a bug, they fix it, and they can PR back to Lighthouse. So what used to take 3 weeks, now it could be just a matter of hours. And that just like fucking blows my mind. And we can see this maybe in the next coming weeks. This is not something far-fetched. This is something we can do today. And this would massively, massively improve the speed at which we can develop. It's also scary, though, because now it means that anyone can develop clients. And one of the scary parts of it is that if you have an idea for a bug or a malicious client, you can just Vibecode it and have a malicious client messing with the network. So I hope that AI doesn't give us more work than we have now. But yeah, it's interesting arms race that we will have to deal with. So yeah, Vibehouse is this amazing experiment that we're running now to test how far we can push this technology. And I would encourage you or anyone watching, if you have an idea for Lighthouse, if you ever wanted to have a specific flag or a specific feature or something, just go open an issue and participate with this experiment. Thank you.